Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into some incredibly fascinating science from 2024 that completely flips decades of dietary advice right on its head. We're looking at the daily habit of eating 4 eggs a day, specifically for those of us over the age of 50. So, is it a fast track to high cholesterol, or could it literally be a life-changing protocol? Let's jump right into the controversy and find out. Picture this. You wake up and you're already feeling that morning fatigue, maybe a slight ache in your knees. Or, you might be noticing that your memory just isn't quite as sharp as it used to be. It kind of feels like age is slowly winning the battle against your body. Well, if you're experiencing tired knees, fading memory, or losing muscle, the surprisingly cheap and powerful answer might literally be sitting right in your kitchen right now. To give you a perfectly balanced assessment today, we're going to quickly hit the agenda. First, the cholesterol myth explained. Second, the powerful pros for your body and brain. Third, the secret pro, the happiness hormone. Fourth, cons, caveats, and real risks. Fifth, a practical guide to choosing and cooking. And finally, our conclusion and final verdict. All right, let's start with section 1, the cholesterol myth explained. This is all about that 1980s fear versus 2024 science. So let's just address the elephant in the room right away. For decades, anyone over 50 was basically told to be terrified of eggs and cholesterol. But wow, does science tell a different story now? See, cholesterol is actually this crucial wax-like substance your body absolutely needs to build hormones and brain cells. And your liver? It's incredibly smart. It makes cholesterol naturally. When you eat dietary cholesterol, like say from a delicious egg, your liver masterfully regulates the balance just by making less itself. It's a perfect system. Even better, eating eggs actually boosts your HDL. That's your good cholesterol that cleans out your arteries. And what about that bad LDL we've always heard about? Well, eggs actually change its shape, turning it into large, harmless, fluffy particles that don't damage your arteries at all. How crazy is that? Moving on to section 2, powerful pros for your body and brain. Let's look at the actual biological benefits of eating 4 eggs a day. Now, what's super interesting here is how a simple egg targets the invisible aging processes happening right inside your body, starting with your muscles. Just think about this number, 100. When we talk about biological value, which basically means how much protein your body actually absorbs and uses with absolutely zero waste, beef scores an 80, chicken comes in at 79, but an egg? It scores a perfect 100. It is literally nature's masterpiece. And why is this so absolutely crucial after 50? Well, there's a silent condition called sarcopenia, where we naturally lose 1 to 2% of our muscle mass every single year after age 40. But eggs provide a perfect dose of an amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine like a master switch that tells your body, hey, stop losing muscle and start repairing. Okay, moving to the brain. Your cognitive longevity actually depends entirely on fat. Your brain is a highly specialized organ, and 60% of it is made purely of fat. So it desperately craves specific, high-quality nutrients to maintain that cognitive function and keep you sharp as a tack. And the absolute star nutrient here? It's called choline. You might not have heard of it, but it's essential. One single egg yolk is packed with about 147 milligrams of choline. Now, since adults need around 425 to 550 milligrams a day, eating 3 to 4 eggs almost perfectly hits your daily requirement. This steady supply of choline goes to work building new memory pathways, connecting your brain cells, and actively fighting off that frustrating brain fog and cognitive decline. It's a real game changer. But wait, the pros don't stop at the brain. They go right to your eyes, too. The egg yolk deposits 2 incredibly powerful antioxidants directly into your retinas, lutein and zeaxanthin. Honestly, think of these like natural, internal sunglasses. In our modern world full of glowing screens, these antioxidants filter out harmful blue light and UV rays. They're in there actively fighting off age-related macular degeneration and cataracts, which, let's face it, are incredibly common as we hit our 60s and 70s. Let's slide into section 3, the secret pro, the happiness hormone. This is a hidden mental health benefit you definitely want to hear about. This is a fascinating mechanism, and almost nobody talks about it when we discuss nutrition. As we age, it can unfortunately bring higher stress, anxiety, and, disrupted sleep. But eggs contain a specific amino acid called tryptophan. When you consume tryptophan from your daily eggs, your brain takes it and converts it directly into serotonin. And serotonin is literally your happiness hormone. So, by giving your brain a consistent supply of this raw material, you're naturally lowering your anxiety, dramatically improving your sleep, and just fostering some genuine mental peace. Now, for section 4, cons, caveats, and real risks. Because we need to know, when are eggs actually a bad idea? Look, we have to keep our assessment balanced here. Eggs are powerful, absolutely, but they aren't magic, and they aren't for everyone. Knowing when eggs might pose a real risk is crucial. The positive science we've been talking about, that applies to generally healthy adults. If you already suffer from pre-existing heart disease, diabetes, or borderline severe blood sugar issues, or if you have medically diagnosed high LDL cholesterol or chronic kidney disease, you've got to hit pause. You absolutely must consult your doctor before jumping into a 4-egg-a-day habit. Your body's ability to process fats and proteins might just require a different professionally guided approach. On top of that, how you eat your eggs matters tremendously. Remember those old fitness routines with people chugging raw eggs? Yeah, don't do that. Consuming raw eggs carries a high risk of salmonella infection. Plus, surprisingly, raw eggs actually result in lower protein absorption by your body. But on the flip side, severely overcooking the yolks, when you get that hard-boiled egg with the chalky grayish ring around it, that extreme heat literally destroys those precious eye-protecting antioxidants we just talked about. All right, section 5, practical guide to choosing and cooking. Let's talk about how to source and prepare them safely. Now that we've weighed the pros and cons, let's figure out exactly how to buy and cook these things. The grocery store can be super overwhelming. At the basic level, you have caged eggs. They have the lowest nutrient quality because of the hen's high-stress, tiny space. But hey, they're still way more nutritious than processed food. Cage-free is a nice step up, giving them some indoor roaming space. But the absolute holy grail? Pasture-raised. Because these hens actually live outdoors in natural sunlight, their eggs are packed with the maximum amount of bone-strengthening vitamin D and anti-inflammatory omega-3s. And when you get them into the kitchen, to get the absolute most biological bang for your buck, you're going to want to boil or poach them. Step 2, crucially, keep that yolk slightly soft or runny to preserve those delicate brain and eye nutrients. And step 3, eat them at breakfast. Combining that perfect 100 biological value protein with healthy fats gives you a slow, steady release of energy that's going to stabilize your blood sugar and completely prevent those brutal afternoon energy crashes. Finally, section 6, conclusion, the final verdict. Let's bring it all together. Okay, bringing all this incredible science together for our final verdict on the daily 4-egg protocol. Here's the balanced summary. We've seen that the old cholesterol fears were pretty much misplaced for healthy folks. Eggs are nature's most complete, zero-waste protein source. They actively protect your brain function, eye health, and muscle mass. But they do require medical clearance if you have heart or kidney conditions. And for the best results, go for pasture-raised and keep them soft-boiled. Ultimately, for most folks, eating up to 4 eggs a day after 50 is a scientifically backed, super efficient way to fuel your body. I absolutely love this underlying philosophy from our source material. 50 is not the end. It's the time for experience, wisdom, and strong aging. You just need the right fuel. Seriously, it's so easy to feel like hitting half a century is some kind of decline, but it isn't. You don't have to just accept fading memory or weakening knees. You just need the right fuel for the journey, and a simple egg is one of the best out there. So, leaving you with this thought, aging is just a series of daily choices. Knowing the remarkable science behind this food, what small dietary choice will you change tomorrow to guarantee a stronger, more independent future? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.